All right, guys, welcome back to another squat episode. This is week number 2. This is session A. So, looking at the rep scheme, it is exactly the same. We have a 2x5, a 2x3, and a 2x1. We're going to touch each weight again, going and taking 6% jumps between weights. The only difference is we've increased by 3% from last week. And because we've increased by the 3%, the thought process here is you're going to need just a little bit of extra rest in between sets because, again, we're looking to hold and fight for that positioning and that good form, so you get 30 seconds of extra rest per set. Now again, 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes still isn't an enormous amount of time, but we are trying to be as time efficient as possible. As you will see, this workout still took cumulatively from the start of my first working set of my back squat to the last working set finished rep and rack of the front squat, we're still looking at 43 minutes. So if you include warm-up, getting all your plates ready, we're looking at probably 1 hour in total to complete this workout. Now, breaking it down a little bit and looking at it, the total times are here. So the back squat took from start to finish. This does not include warm-up. This is my first working set to my last working set. 15:45. I took about 10 minutes in between and then started the front squats at 25:45. And then I finished at the 43:35 mark, so it was a total time of 17:50 for the front squats, just for some perspective if you want to do one or the other with the given time domains and the rest periods. So in total, again, around 45 minutes. So when I was breaking this down and writing it out, here's my notes, here's my times for my rest periods, and this is how this works. On the left, we have the back squat. On the right, we have the front squat. And what I would do, and this is how I write things down, you can do it differently, you can have it just kind of timed out yourself, but I would finish a set, I add the rest period going, and then this tells me when I'm going again. So about 10 to 15 seconds before, for example, 6:30, at 6:15, got my camera rolling, I'm walking up to the barbell, I'm getting set, and I'm ready to go right when the clock hits 6:30. That was my second set on the 2x5, so the next thing, or little tip or note, is have the weights ready. I needed a 25 and it was across the gym. That was eating up my time and my focus to get prepared. It's eating up my time to rest. So have your weights laid out, have the clips ready, have your water, have your little bit of nutrition if that's something you need in between sets, have it there ready. Don't have it across the gym. Don't get distracted. Stay focused on the back squat or the front squat for whatever you're doing at that time. For these percentages, I did not mention this last week, I don't think, but I would like you guys to round the weight down, and in this case, round the rest period up. So for example, I finished this on a running clock plus the 5 reps at like 48 seconds. I rounded that up to 50, added the 2.5 minutes, we're at 320. So round that rest up. Here, my percent my max for 70% was a 311 or 312 back squat, but I rounded it down to a 310. The reason being, again, we want to fight to hold form, fight to hold good positions. That little, like 1 to 2 pounds, it can make a difference. It might be a minor difference, it might be a major difference. But again, because we're using no belt, no sleeves, I did use lifters. That is something to consider is, again, take the ego out, round down on the weight, round up on the rest period, just so we can really optimize how we're moving and making sure the body is ready to go with each set. As in the back half of this front squat, I was really starting to feel the fatigue. For reference though, I did do a Metcon beforehand with the crew that involved rowing, wall balls, handstand push-ups. So legs were a little fatigued there. I'm still getting back into CrossFit shape. That's a little side tangent, but just for context, I felt like I was a little fatigued at the back end of these front squats. So make sure you're fueling up. In between this 10 minutes, I drank 1 scoop of First Form's Intraformance and got good carbs, got some BCAAs in there, just getting the electrolytes that I need to replenish what I expended in the Metcon and in the back squats. And I was just sipping on water throughout the rest of the time leading up to and finishing the front squats. Looking at some of my notes here, I think we've gone through pretty much everything that we need to go over. The only thing that I would probably add to this is, again, fight to hold form and position. Position above all. For me, it is my chest leaning forward, immediately popping me onto my toes or the ball of my foot, and my heels come up. Again, taking away from the efficiency of my reps. So if you're looking to record and looking to critique, I would start with the feet, look at the positioning, then look at the hips and the ankles, making sure you're getting to depth. And then lastly, how's the bar positioned? Is it centered correctly? Is it in a comfortable position? Is it where your hands are in a good spot and your traps and your lats are engaged? Just some things to think about, and consider as you're lifting. So again, this is week number 2, session A of a back squat, front squat cycle. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode. And as always, peace.